First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now it's Breida. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Black. He gets it to Cooks. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Okay, ready? 58, Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Black. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. From the gun, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. A first down carry for Davis. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. On 2nd and 9. Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Jennings was the one he was looking for. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
You ain't going nowhere.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A nice gain of 21 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Go. He's not going to get me. 6'6", pull it high. Shoot.
From the gun, Black. Flush to his right. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. Open man is Trey Burton. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defense wins championships, baby.
On 2nd down now, Akers. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry! 44.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. On second down, a run with Breida. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check. Pistol. 44. Mike. 44.
Hey, Haywood. Hurry up,
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now this throw caught left side. A gain there of 21 yards. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Off the play fake. Black. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First and 10 at the 38.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, exit. On the ball. Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Black. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarter. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Good job.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10, clear on the other side of the field.
Alert, alert! Hey, Delta!
Mayfield to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mayfield. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Good. At 80. Pistol. Switch. Hurry.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He wants it all for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
To throw again. Black completes it to Davis. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
Come on, fellas.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They run again with Breida. Room here to run. That one good for 33 and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Ringo. 44 is the mic.
Mayfield on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that?
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
The 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Black. And that's complete to Cooks. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On first down, Flowers. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and 11. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Black. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
30 base. 2 draw quarters.
He's checking. Crash. Pick the edge. Come. Check safety. Out.
Let's go.
Off play action. Black. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys and try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hubbard.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have, as they get him behind the line.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Book it. 180. King.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Damon Harrison drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On the ball. Get it.
Throwing on first down. Black. It's caught by Davis. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Black looking for his running back, and he's got it. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing, Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
King!
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Black. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's third down.
Chris don't travel. Hey, Charlie. Check 37. Check 37.
Operating from the gun. Black. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Looking to throw. Black. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Watch the safety creep. Wide. Get wide.
Regular.
44's Mike. Check.
Run. Hey, Zoo.
Throwing again, Mayfield on second and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third and 10.
Hurry.
Check 24.
Alert.
Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's third and 10. From the gun, Black. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
A gain of 7. And the Bears first down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Set, 20.
What's the run? They're running it. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Regular, regular, regular. Done.
To throw, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
This is Breida. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
180.
44.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Looking to throw. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
Trip, trip. You got trip, you got 3.
First down.
Kings, Kings, Kings. Real, real, real. One touch.
On first and 10, Mayfield. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
180.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
To throw again on second down, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Real, real, real. One touch.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That'll be complete to Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hubbard. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said